The radio crackled with someone's scream, raw, panicked, desperate. Any air support, this is SEAL Team Echo, we are pinned down. Lieutenant Mara Hayes froze mid-step on the tarmac. Her name wasn't supposed to be on any combat roster. Not today, not ever, apparently. Command had denied her again. Too young, not enough hours, not the right politics. But as the urgency in that voice tore through the static, something inside her snapped into place. She tightened her jaw, turned toward her A-10 Thunderbolt, and whispered, I'm coming anyway. The young pilot they wouldn't let fight. At only 24, Mara was the Air Force's prodigy, sharp, calm, and stubborn enough to fight a hurricane if she had to. But ever since a political shake-up on base, her squadron commander had refused to approve her for combat missions. We need experienced eyes up there, Hayes. You're not ready for kinetic ops. She'd heard it 10 times. Today would have been the 11th, if she had stayed to listen. She'd trained for this, every grueling hour in the simulator, every night memorizing maps, every dawn run while others slept. She didn't care about medals or reputation, she just wanted to do the job. To help the people who needed her. And right now, a SEAL team she had never met was being swallowed alive on the other side of the mountains. The SEAL team that never called for help. SEAL Team Echo, 6 operators hardened by a dozen deployments, had never once called for emergency air support. But this mission was different. They'd walked straight into an ambush, heavy machine guns hidden in the ridgeline, RPG teams pinned between rocks, and an enemy force that moved like they'd studied the terrain for years. Chief Riker, the team leader, kept his voice steady, but his men weren't fooled. Ammo low, one teammate wounded, no extraction route left. All they could do was hold position in a shrinking pocket of dirt and pray someone, anyone, heard their distress call. WHO, the hell is that? Back on base, Mara's engines roared to life. Maintenance crews turned toward the jet in confusion, alarmed. Her crew chief ran toward her ladder, shouting over the turbine howl. Ma'am, you don't have flight authorization. They'll ground you. Mara's eyes didn't waver. Not if I'm already airborne. The canopy sealed shut. The A-10 lunged down the runway like a beast unleashed, wheels lifting just as security trucks began to race after her. But she was gone, up, climbing into the open blue. Halfway to the mountain range, she heard the echo again. We're losing positions. Any air support, please respond. Mara keyed her mic. Echo team, this is Angel 3. I hear you. I'm 10 minutes out, hold on. There was a pause. Angel 3, we don't have you on roster. Who the hell are you? Mara inhaled. The one you've got. A sky full of fire. When Mara crossed the ridge, her blood froze. Smoke. Flashbang bursts. 3 machine gun nests raking the SEAL's position. An RPG streaking across the canyon. Her pulse steadied, the way it always did when things got hardest. She dove. The A-10 wailed, a sound that shook earth and bone, before unleashing a storm of GAU-8 rounds that shredded the nearest gun emplacement. The canyon erupted in shockwaves. Chief Riker screamed into his mic, voice shaking. Holy, where did you come from? Less talking, more surviving, Mara replied, her final pass, but the enemy adapted fast. More fighters poured from tunnels carved into the mountain walls. A hidden anti-air turret unfolded like a steel serpent aiming straight at her. Her radar screamed warnings. Any sensible pilot would have broken off. But she remembered the tremble in the SEAL operator's voice. She remembered how it felt to be told she wasn't ready, wasn't trusted. And she refused, absolutely refused, to let these men die believing that. She banked low, skimming so close to the canyon floor that rocks chipped against her wings. Angel 3, you're too low. Riker shouted. I know. She fired flares, timed perfectly. The turret locked onto them, not her. Then she pulled up hard and released a precision missile that plunged directly into the base of the turret. A blinding flash swallowed the ridge. Silence followed. Long, impossible silence. Then, all hostiles down. All hostiles down. Angel 3, you saved us. Every single one of us. Pilot, identify yourself, we owe you our lives. The consequences. When Mara landed back on base, military police surrounded her. Her commander waited, unimpressed, eyebrows sharp with disappointment. Unauthorized flight. Ignoring protocol. Your career could end today, Lieutenant Hayes. The SEAL transport convoy arrived moments later. 6 battered men stepped out. Chief Riker walked straight toward the commander, then stepped aside, not to address him, but to salute Mara. The others followed. Their faces were bruised, exhausted, but alive. Sir, Riker said, if she didn't take off, we'd be body bags. You denied her combat again, and she saved us anyway. Silence fell over the tarmac. The commander's expression softened, just barely. Lieutenant Hayes, he finally said, report to my office. We're discussing your combat status. Immediately. For the first time in weeks, Mara allowed herself to breathe. The message that lasts. That night, as she sat alone by her aircraft, hands still trembling with adrenaline, she whispered to herself. Sometimes you don't wait for permission to do what's right. And somewhere on base, 6 SEAL operators raised their glasses, not to their own survival, but to the pilot they'd never met before that day. The young A-10 pilot who wasn't ready, but proved she was exactly who they needed.